what is the so how do we define center of gravity? Let's say center of gravity. Now, and here, suppose we have a we have a triangle here. Suppose we have a triangle here, and gravity is going this way. Gravity is going this way. So if, for example, if my mobile phone is like here, and then I put a pin here. I put a pin at this corner, and then we have a pin support here. What will happen if I just put one pin here? My phone will go this way, right? Right. Now, so therefore we have here M equals MO, this point O, suppose this O, then we have R cross W. So we all, I hope we all agree it will happen like this. Okay. If we have a one pin here, then it will drop like this. Now we go to the next. Figure. And we cut this triangle into many small pieces or stripes. We cut it into many small pieces, and the distance between O and this stripe is x, and the width of this stripe is dx. Oh, I think. So I'll come back to this. Let's we first draw this, and then we go to the next one first, and then I'll come back. So, and on the figure on the left, we say this triangle has the mass of m, and then we have the force mg here, and of course, and the moment, because it will rotate about O, so if we have a moment this way, right? And the question is, MO equals to R cross W, but what is R? What is R here? And by doing this center of gravity, we say this. We put this into here. Let's say this one is this is 1. I'm sorry. This 1, and this is 2, and this is 3. Suppose, let's say we put this is the mass of this thing. The mass of this triangle is m. Let's say the mass of this triangle is m, and then we put it to the whole mass. We go to 1 point, m here. It's okay. So, and then this one is and of course we have moments here. If the mass is put here and point O is here. So point O is here. The moment of this mass M is the distance between these 2 points and M, right? So we will say this one is R, and this one is still M equals to R cross W. So if we know the please write it first. So if we know this value of R, this is the center of gravity. Okay. And we will, because we put these two as the same thing, and if we can determine that this value of R is the moment about O, then we'll get this, and this one is the center of gravity. So we always talk about we talk about the equivalent moments here. That if we can find the value of R such that and this moment is equal to the moment of this triangle about O, then we know the center of gravity is here. And up to now, I always talk about center of gravity, but in this and in the textbook we talk about centroid. These two are similar things, but the centroid is talking about geometry, and center of gravity is talking about mass. Now, these two can be the same. These two can be the same. That we go to the bottom of the page. So the centroid, we talk about the relationship between centroid and center of gravity. And this word means this one means this one, and homogeneous is means this one. This is pronounced homogeneous. And so, although we talk about center of gravity, but they are the same thing if the member is homogeneous. Now we go to, if you have finished with marking these words, let's go to the next page. Let's go to the next page. On the next page, we talk about symmetry. Symmetry is this one, and of course we all know what symmetry is, and we are just doing the mathematical definition here. We define what is symmetry using some geometry. Okay, so an area is said to be symmetric. Oh, by the way, and for noun symmetry, the accent is here symmetry, and for adjective, it is symmetric. Okay. And what else? Any words that you don't know here? With respect to means and in mathematics we usually write WRT. And the exist is this one. And this one bisect is I think these two. I think I've explained all the difficult words here, right? Any words that you don't know what? Any words that you don't know here? Okay, now, and if you have marked all the words, then let's have a quick look. And it is the first paragraph is only saying that if you have a line B and B prime here, if you have a line B and if you have a line B and B prime here, oh, sorry. B and B prime here. So if you have a line B and B prime here, that if we have one area to the left, one area to the right, DA, then we can find another area DA prime, and okay, this up to here it means if we have one area to the right and we have one area to the left. The last line is talking about the line connecting DA and DA prime, and it is perpendicular to B prime, and this line bisects this line. Okay, so it's only talking about if we have one area to the right, then it means we have an area to the left. And for rotation symmetry, and it means if we have area dA at the coordinates xy, and then we have another coordinates at the area at coordinate minus x minus y. Okay. Now, and this is symmetry, and of course we all know what symmetry is. It's just a mathematical definition. Now, before we end the class today, let me talk about some very practical things. And center of gravity of centroid. Of common shapes and lines. So the requirements in examination. And it is all of this can be found on your second last page of your textbook here. Okay. It should be on the second last page of your textbook. But I don't need them all, okay? I only need this three. I only need these three. You don't need others. And triangles, quarter elliptical. Elliptical means this one, and arc circle. I only need these three, and I will talk about them on Thursday. I'll write them on Thursday. Of course, the list and page. The list is on page. You can also find the list on page 239. I think so. Let me check. 239 and 240. And this is for the older edition. For the older books, if you purchase, if you get a second-hand book, it is 232 to 239. But for the new book, it is 239 to 240. Okay, and I will talk about them on Thursday.